Testing, testing, testing. Okay. I'm seeing sound. That's promising. What about here? Well, I guess people can see a little bit of my technical challenges tonight. It says it should be. Yeah, it says it should be working. So I'm not sure why there isn't. Why is this muted? Okay, it's working. Well, thanks for putting up with the technical difficulties, everyone. We are on. Let's drop this here. Joseph's supposed to join us later tonight. He's hoping to build some Warhammer stuff while I am drawing. It's kind of a couple different things tonight instead of like both doing the exact same thing. So here we go. I'm going to start into what I'm doing. I'm going to start with, I think, a value sketch tonight instead of a line work. Streaming at the same time. Okay, value sketch maybe a little harder. Unless I've got something I can sketch with that will be a little more friendly. Okay, Joseph's saying he's ready. So let me at least get him in this. I'll just drop some shapes in until I figure out exactly what I want. Maybe it's an issue with the brush I was using. Some of these, I was using it's a pencil tool, but it was a chalk brush. So that can be a little laggier sometimes. This is one of my own. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Welcome.
I'm currently setting the camera.
Okay. I am working on doodling, as one does. Again, just a little bit of feedback through your
Trying to
side.
figure out how to switch the camera. Oh, there we go.
I'm trying to choose a brush for sketching with. The one I was using was giving me all kinds of lag issues.
Oh,
I like that one, but that's not working. So when you're ready, and you've got your camera on, and you're ready to share what you're doing, let me know, and I'll get you added up to
all right.
what everyone's seeing.
A couple more things that I can do.
Okay. I'm starting my sketch a little different tonight. I'm starting with a bunch of gray tones instead of going straight for line work. So I'm going to try to essentially figure out what I want the drawing to look like using a bunch of gray, and then I will go put lines in on top of it.
Sounds like a good approach.
I've done it a few times, and every time I have, it's been really enjoyable.
That's good.
Well, since you're able to join us, I'm going to go ahead and do a Warhammer thing since you're planning to do something Warhammer as well.
Yeah. Good. Good.
practicing my Space Marines tonight, it looks like.
Which is essentially what I'm going to do.
You want to tell the good folks what you're going to be doing?
Sure. I am going to be assembling my flamer squad of Space Marines. As anyone who's been watching for a good bit of time knows, I've been building my first Space Marine army, and I've chosen them to be salamanders. And as I've learned more about the salamanders, I realized that they mostly use flamers, and most of the salamanders I've made don't have flamers. So I decided to fix that and get myself some flamers.
A little bit of a Salamandarian course correction.
Exactly. I am really happy with the salamanders I have done, but it's time to get the lore active. More so.
Squash blender. Definitely not that one.
So my glue is not used. I did find my hammer glue, so that'll be good. As people can probably see, I've already got a work set up here. Lower it a bit here.
So people won't be able to see it just yet because I haven't added, but now that you're ready, give me a second and I will get you
Alright.
added.
Last minute cleanup. But yeah, it's clean enough to where if you want to show it, you can show it.
I'm going to. I just need to add it to OBS real quick.
Right. I'm just letting you know you don't have to. You have my permission.
Got it. Okay. So let's see, generic Chrome. And let's do this one. There we go. Move mine over.
There, right.
Yeah, you should be visible now.
As you can see here, I have some stuff set up. Not everything is Space Marines. I've got some D&D. Got a vampire here, paladin here, and I have what appears to be a male and female half-orc fighter. Those are not the main focuses. If I do work on them, it's because I have more time than I thought I would have, but they're not it.
For anyone wondering, Joseph's camera might just be a little slower because if there's lag. His is what I'm getting through the webcam feed from Google, and mine is a direct stream from my computer. So just so people are aware that that might be a thing.
This guy here is another that I'm going to paint into a salamander. Yet another non-flamer, but yeah, I think for him, or the vibe he's going for here. This guy is something special. It's kind of a 40k version of Arthas, the Lich King from Warcraft. So, he's a 3D printed model.
I was going to say that's one of our very first 3D printed projects.
And when I paint on them, I need to get the sticky stuff. I put them on these things, and I put the sticky stuff so they can stick them, so I can hold it like this as I paint them. But I don't have the sticky stuff yet, so I can't really go into that approach. And for the first time ever, my very first space marine that I've ever owned. When he is painted, he'll be a Death Watch salamander.
That'll be awesome. You want to tell him why he'll be a Death Watch salamander?
Yes, because as my very first piece, he's I got it with. He was given to me with more role playing and road trading rather than playing in the tabletop game.
So not Rogue Trader, Death Watch.
Not road trader.
Death Watch.
Oh, that it's its own RPG.
Yes. So when
Oh.
Fantasy Flight had the license for the role-playing games, they released multiple ones. The first one they released was the first one. I don't think the first one was the first one. And now it's completely left me. But anyways, they've got Dark Heresy, and then they've got Rogue Trader. Dark Heresy might be actually be the first one. And then they had Death Watch, and I think there was one, Only War. And so each one deals with different parts of the Imperium and the different factions. And then they came out with one that was the Dark Crusade, or the Black Crusade.
Got it.
But yeah, he was for the Death Watch game, and I wanted, and after getting into learning about the salamanders and deciding to build an army, I decided for my when I finally paint up my very first model here, it's essentially gonna be a culmination of everything of when I first got into 40K to where I'm at now. Ultimately be a Death Watch guy who can be a salamanders.
I actually do plan to have us run a Death Watch game at some point in the future. So it'll be good to have it painted for that as well.
I'll put him in this little piece of unfinished terrain in the back. And last, but certainly not least, my first Primaris model that I got after the end of our last stream, where we did play through the war game the second time. Hoping to paint him up at the same time I paint up what I am going to be putting together, which I'm going to show right now. Got this in the mail today, so it's quite fortuitous time. Now here.
So this is
we
this is his response to what he was talking about earlier of need more flames.
Yes, exactly. Need more flamers. This came from the Leviathan set. There was an eBay seller who was selling the flamers for pretty cheap. And so I decided to grab them to remedy my lack of flamers in my salamanders problem. I wasn't initially doing that, I was just shopping for some more space marines when the thought hit me that I didn't have enough flamers. I believe I only have one flamer before I got one painted up flamer. Here's the box. I'll briefly show it right now. Here he is. This firstborn with like a respirator type between. That's my only flamer that's put together.
Yeah, it'll definitely be good for you to have more of them.
Hollow on the Discord was pretty excited, and he was telling me just how powerful the flamers are going to be when I have them all up. When I have a whole squad of them.
I think it's going to be a really, really exciting thing for you.
Okay. Time to bust out my modeling fingers. Haven't used these in a long time. Take one last look at these on both sides in the screw before I start popping them out. I have put together Gundam model kits, also known as Gunpla, so I have experience getting stuff off of screws.
You haven't had to take any Warhammer stuff off the screws yet, have you?
Nope, this is a first.
I was going to say, everything I gave you, I think, was already off the screws.
They were off the screws and assembled, aside from that. Here we go.
snip. It has begun.
Oh.
I think this guy's head on my screen is too big. Yeah, I got Final Fantasy 14 music stuck in my head.
That oh, that was flying.
Well, don't let it go flying.
I was reading up on some of the Primaris models, and they talked about they traded in like the more realistic designs, I guess, for lack of customization. And now that I have, and I can see what they.
Yeah, they're definitely less customizable.
I'll probably, and since firstborns are gonna, it seems the days of the firstborn being produced and sold firsthand are gonna come to an end soon. I will have little issue printing firstborns, but I'll still buy official firstborn models.
It's definitely like a touchy point. What do you do when they're not readily available anymore?
Yeah, when they're literally no longer in production. I probably wouldn't, yeah, like you mentioned in the past, Steve, I probably wouldn't use the new models in an official game because you want to use the only official stuff for that. But for a lot of how we do our hobbies, prints would definitely not be a problem.
Nah.
So I will say, getting them off the screens, that just feels special.
Well, there's good thing there's no shortage of clipping with 3D printed ones.
Oh, that is true. I'm kind of going really unintentionally. Have to slow down and,
Did the ones that you ordered come with the instructions for assembling those? I mean,
they did not, but I can tell where they go.
so if you'd like a physical copy of the instructions, you're welcome to run up real quick and grab one, because I have 2 copies of that.
If I need them, I'll come run up and grab some. But thank you for that. I'll come if it comes down to it.
Yeah, so we live in the same house, but because he is working on something different tonight, he's at his own painting station and assembling station. I was thinking I had a fun name for, I don't know if it's a name for the course or like a hook or something for the course I'm working on, but if I call it like right to left to right. Because there was a guy who was a personal trainer, and he fattened himself up so that he would have a better understanding of what it's like for people to lose weight. Because apparently he didn't have the greatest understanding. He'd always been interested in fitness, and just kind of, it was something he kept up with. But he wanted to understand his clients better, and so he fattened himself up. And then I think he called his program Fat to Fit to Fat, or no, Fit to Fat to Fit. It's like, well, I didn't exactly do the same thing, but it still works, right to left to right.
Yeah. It's definitely interesting how things like that work out.
I have a bad habit of wanting to play with my midtones like values that are too close together. It's like, no, just go grab a light that's like a light, and use a dark that's a dark, and stop blending the colors that are like almost practically the same.
Yeah.
At least at this stage, that doesn't need to be a problem till, or doesn't need to be a thing till later.
Right.
Okay, let's see. I need some dark right in here. I was worried that I was going to make the stream tonight because the newborn is having a lot of gas issues tonight.
Yeah. But thankfully, the newborn seems to have calmed down. So.
Yes, thankfully, very much.
Oh, I know that. No buzz on it.
Just prime over the fuzz, it'll go away.
As I'm organizing the pieces before the painting stage, the fuzz makes it hard to organize. Oh, okay. I'll need to take some additional tools in that way.
Every time I take like the more painterly approach to a digital illustration, I'm like, why don't I do this more often?
Yeah, I have that feeling about other things.
I enjoy the process of like oil painting so much that when I treat the illustrations similarly, it's like this should be something I do a lot more.
I understand. I'm going to take an memory board for that.
A what board?
Memory board. One of these like standing sticks.
Got it. I got a bad problem of just using the clipper for grinding things down.
What?
The snipper?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The more I do this, the more I realize each tool has its place. It very rarely substitutes.
So I like to turn it on its side and scrape the blade to slowly peel away things.
I have done that.
Every tool might have its place, but I like to make the tool function outside of its place.
Sometimes it's necessary.
Sometimes it's also just fun. Or as my 5-year-old would say, it's manly. He's obsessed with manliness right now. I think it's cute. At lunch today, he was like, "Dad, do you want to see me take my super manly bite of his hamburger?" And sure enough, it was a pretty manly bite.
Some good progress on this.
On your thing?
Yes, they're almost all off screws.
Good. I like how my thing's turning out as well.
Yeah, I'm liking how that's going.
I did share it in Discord. Oh, but you probably need to community.
Yeah. Put it on my.
Got it. Promote. It's going to be a sad day when the paternity leave finally exhausts. Paternity leave?
Oh. Yeah, that was.
I mean, I like what I do for work, but at the same time, it's like, it's just so much fun being able to spend time with my family.
Yeah. I know it's just.
Okay, back to action.
I'm glad that this was pretty easy to set up, like this kind of double purpose streaming.
Yeah, this is pretty neat.
I thought it might be like a process, but no, it was start the stream, send you the invite, share your screen, or share your webcam.
Like, do like a no hassle setup.
I'm trying to decide if I'm at the point where I want to start getting this with some lines to start defining some areas or not. Worried that my Space Marine is too thin. He feels too thin.
Yeah. No matter which version of Space Marine, they all have one thing in common.
I don't know, he could pass for a Primaris.
Oh yeah, I guess. And I am getting Primaris offers.
Okay, why is that locked? I need to be able to transform that freely. Free transform, thank you. I think I like that those portions much better.
Much
Okay. Time to make a new line, layer. Jeez. When did talking get to be such a challenge?
Yeah. It is a mystery. And that is it. One empty screen.
Yay!
I can put that with. Now I can start as a screen pile. The screens will eventually go with together. organize the pieces, and then start the assembly process.
I don't know why, but I really like this helmet that's kind of shaped like this.
Yeah, it does look pretty good.
I mean, the new Primaris ones are really cool, but I kind of like that grill in the front. It just feels very, you know, I bet it's because it feels very Darth Vader.
Ah, I can see that.
And we are Star Wars fans.
Mm-hmm.
Less the new stuff, but definitely the classic stuff.
Right.
What do you think? Am I drawing an Agent of Chaos or am I drawing a Loyalist?
Go for chaos.
Excellent. I was feeling some chaos tonight.
Perfect.
Do you see how it kind of even already starts feeling like it's coming together a little bit once I start adding these lines on top of the gray tones?
Yeah, I can see that.
I love how it's like, oh, I'm going to add lines, and look at that. It's starting to feel like a painting.
Yeah. Okay, all the backpack, so this is
The Night Lords are definitely my favorite Chaos faction at the moment.
I don't have a favorite yet, just because I'm not new to the world. But one day I know I'll have a favorite.
So part of what makes the Night Lords cool is they're Chaos just essentially because they want to be. They don't serve any one of the specific Chaos gods.
Right. I remember you telling me, but yeah, that is definitely an interesting detail about them. Well, I think they're as organized as I can get. I think it's time to start assembling. Start with this.
I'm not done with it yet, but I've been reading the Night Lords Omnibus. And that's part of why I've come to really like them.
Yeah. Snake goes here. Come on.
Yeah, I think that look more like a person and less like a pig. I need a Space Marine for reference. And I don't. Oh no, I've got this guy right here. And I can't see the thing on his chest anyway, so he doesn't work. This one. Nope, that one's got the wrong symbol too. Yeah, we need.
Get this sorted out. Nope.
What are you noping over there?
where the head goes.
Got it.
Okay, I've got this head figured out.
It's not going to be. This is definitely not the most accurate Space Marine, because part of this is also a test to see what I can remember. Trying to learn to
Okay.
draw these guys from memory. Are you monitoring the stream at all?
Yes, I am.
Is
yeah,
your
no chat.
I know
No
it
chat.
was more. Is your voice coming through okay? Like, can you hear yourself?
Yeah, I can hear myself just fine.
Okay, good. I didn't double check that after you joined, so I figured I'd ask if you were.
Okay.
Working on getting my darker darks in place at the moment.
Inner arms. Well, I think I had it right the first time. It just needs to there. No, just
Drop something?
yeah, but I got it. It didn't drop off the workstation. And I believe that is one assembled.
Excellent. Soon your guys shall be going around the battlefield burning their enemies.
Yep. Got these. Got all all 5 of the stands. Here's a quick look at the stand. That one with the stands.
I do kind of like the little holes that they've got in the Primaris ones.
Yeah, I do appreciate that.
It makes it easy to get them situated.
It does. Shall we do now? Oh. It's just flashing on this guy's foot. After about the bottom of the foot, looking pretty for this one. Just needs to go on. On the stand. put my firstborn next to him. I like them both, but they both have their charms.
They do have their charms. They both feel powerful in different ways.
Right. To me, they both have their places.
Well, that's going to work out great for 10th edition.
Yep.
Hollow was saying they're getting rid of all the Primaris exclusive rules and just bringing it back down to Space Marines.
Yeah, and with how they're phasing out the firstborn models, it makes sense. Oh, I forgot one thing.
My guy doesn't have a backpack on him yet either, but that's alright. I'm waiting to put the backpack last until I got the rest of the figures sorted out.
Okay.
I don't want to have to redraw. Like, I already had to resize the figure once, so I don't want to have to redraw the backpack.
Understandable. Son. Oh. Not all the backpacks go on the same.
Nope. They did on the old figures, but not all the new ones.
Good to know. Now, yeah, just keep them on this homestead. Speaking of the homestead, bring up the camera a bit to get a better look at it. Yeah, this one's something different, but this here is a homestead I was just working on just to hone my skills. But I've since decided to make it this guy's instead, Wiggins.
Which guys? The Space Marine?
Yeah, this one.
That's the Death Watch one?
Yes. To make it, that's his place, with the homestead back there is done.
That sounds like a
But
fun
tonight
idea.
is not working on the homestead. Tonight, working on the guy who's gonna call over for snacks and whatnot.
His Battle Brothers.
Exactly. People he fights over. This backpack is there. This front, that isn't entirely front. And found it on the first go. It's a head.
Yeah, some of these models assemble in much more specific ways.
This is definitely a learning experience in terms of how these models work.
They are not the firstborn models by any means.
I'll take the soft and forward to the next, to the head here. There, that one's done.
That's this one. You know, one thing I do kind of appreciate about the way we're doing things tonight is like draw pile is great for working together, but it's so nice to be working in Clip Studio tonight.
Yeah,
Using like my own brushes that I could use more often.
I understand. Sometimes you just gotta work the way you see. Something seems off. Yeah, I think I got the wrong front on this guy.
Time to get the instructions.
Oh no, I don't need the instructions just yet.
This is where our female viewers talking about how you're being such a man.
I was just thinking something along those lines. Though at the same time, it doesn't look like it's as much of a problem as I thought. It's just, I guess, my own lack of understanding on how Bjorn paints. I'll look at this other guy. Okay, that's just how Bjorn paints. I did get it right, I just didn't understand that that's how it's supposed to be.
I will probably make more use of my instructions. The firstborn, not the firstborn, the Primaris that I previously ordered off eBay, they didn't come with instructions, so I just assembled those. But even that was a little bit of a trial and error.
Before I finish shoving blood all this. Let's gather all this. Okay, yeah, I see. Another part confused her. I think it's this. Yep, this. Get the flush off here. Sand the back of that leg down.
I know that there's others who do it, but I really like how the Night Lords have like skulls painted on the front of their helmets to make them more intimidating.
That is a fun one.
Appearance-wise, they're just really cool because they've also got like kind of a purple blackish color scheme. Because they're Night Lords.
Yeah.
They're like evil Batman Space Marines, essentially.
Interesting.
Because they essentially use an Imperialis, but it's with the bat wings instead of like the eagle or angel wings, whatever they're supposed to be. And they're all stealthy and things like that as well.
God. Tap as gentle with the bottom of the foot again. Fetch. And another one. Oh, almost forgot. Another one.
Feels too thin.
3 more left.
Be right back. One of these. I've had some Space Marines on my desk. They're the bigger 3D printed ones, but I printed them hollow. And I've suspected for a little while they might crack, and one of them just did. There's some resin on the inside, so I'm gonna go chuck this.
Okay.
Unfortunate, but better than having loose resin on my desk. There's a small glob of it here. Alright, gotta turn my light on. Well, wouldn't be a stream night if at least something didn't happen like this.
that kind of has become a trend.
Got on a flash drive. Thankfully, it didn't hit too much important, it looks like. There's a very small pile of resin.
Right. Glad there wasn't too much.
The most important thing it got was a 32 gig flash drive. I've had this eraser for like 10 years. But I think rather than trying to clean it off, I'm just going to chuck it.
That's
No, it's just resin is so hard to clean off of stuff once it gets on. And erasers are so inexpensive that it's just kind of like, just don't be difficult. And
yeah.
got under this monitor arm a little as well. Okay, so it got a little further than I expected. Pardon for the camera difficulties to anyone watching. There is a small mess being cleaned up underneath the monitor stand. Okay, please tell me it didn't get under there. It didn't, okay. I was worried it was going to get under my Finch flock badge, but it wasn't.
That's good.
You want to tell people what the Finch flock is?
Sure. The Finch flock is what the fans of David Finch, the famous comic book artist, are called. Specifically the ones who follow him on his social media and his live streams that he had before his current hiatus.
Yeah, so I backed his Kickstarter, and so people who backed his Kickstarter were able to get Finch flock pins. Not P-E-N, P-I-N. So I could wear it on my tie to church or something like that if I wanted.
That'd be fun.
Might actually do that. I don't have too many places to use those. Alright, Ultraman, do you have any resin on you?
He better not.
It looks like he somehow managed to escape, even though it was dripping right next to him. You know, I'm going to put him to dry on top of my little portable air conditioner. I wiped him off just in case.
Okay.
Okay, I think I've got all the resin. I think I'm going to put a paper towel back here just in case to seep up anything that may have made back there. Part of me's like, I should have called the stream, welcome to cleaning up resin. I forgot this monitor does that. I put my hand on one side of the monitor to push down a little harder to get some pressure to help clean resin under the monitor, and the screen tilted because it swivels. So now my monitor is not sitting evenly, so I'm gonna have to fix, or like, make it level before I continue drawing, because I can't stand having it at different, like one side being higher than the other. Well, I'm glad you can keep assembling things to entertain people while I'm cleaning up a mess.
Yeah. It is quite good.
Definitely benefit of this double thing. Another fun thing is we can work on 2 different drawings in the future this way.
Yeah. I would like that.
Watch, everyone's gonna be like tomorrow night. Hey, are you streaming? Like, no, I stream on Mondays, but you've been rescheduling everything for Tuesdays. Yeah, I was actually on time this week.
That would be amusing. Another stand.
Man, it's been months since I printed those things. I find, like, you were still here the first time before you went back to Utah. And that resin is still wet inside of those things. So apparently, like, if it's completely sealed off, resin will stay wet forever.
Yeah, either that or we needed to run them through the light longer than we did.
I was reading somewhere the light can't penetrate if it's dark resin and it's sealed up.
Yeah, I guess you definitely need to print them in smaller pieces.
Or if you were going to print them that big, they shouldn't be printed solid. Because that was really the problem. Or they should be printed solid because they were too small to really benefit from being hollow. But I tried printing them hollow. Anyway, I was being cheap. I was trying to save some resin.
Yeah, some hobbies you just can't do the economical approach.
Now, if it was a giant model with, and the other thing is I didn't understand seat holes yet, so the excess resin could leak out. And so I didn't do those right, and so the resin had no way to properly, like, really get out.
Got it. Okay, this is the right backpack. It's just being stubborn.
One of the fun things about the Night Lords is, so because they're Chaos Space Marine, and they're a legion, they're not a chapter, but they're a particular legion, they're scavengers. So their
They're cool.
armor is often pieced together by different pieces that they've taken from different, like other Chaos or Loyalist groups after they've defeated them.
Got it. Well, here's the unhelmeted one. So it looks like it came with an extra helmet, so I could have made him helmeted. But that's okay.
Alright, this mess is cleaned up. I can make sure my hands are clean and then resume drawing.
I may or may not have extra parts, but that's okay. That just means I get to add them to the bit spin.
Doesn't look like resin got on anything else. I'm just like paranoid before I start putting stuff back. I don't want to like put it all back and then find a glob of resin later that got on everything. So that stuff, when it gets on everything, it gets on everything. Okay, that is that. Thankfully I didn't have to use too many baby wipes to clean up that mess. Worth noting, baby wipes are great for cleaning up resin. I think they actually worked better for the resin than they do for diapers.
That's pretty funny.
Okay, I'm going to be right back. I'm going to just wash my hands just to make sure that I got all the resin off.
Okay. Your grit one to get that piece off. There, that. And just smooth that out with the softer grit one. That's probably as good as it's gonna get. Now, this is where the arm further is to go. Before I finish putting it on, I need to band that down a bit. Oh, darn. I snapped it off. Well, good thing glue is a part of this hobby.
Okay, I am back.
Yeah, well, I snapped this guy's arm, so he's gonna need glue.
Why would you do that?
It was an accident.
What did he ever do to you? He owe you money or something?
Yeah, well, I'll fix his arm. I may just finish this guy later when I can get his arm on, because actually no, I think I can finish it without the arm. I just need to hold it like this long enough to place it.
And if you need glue, you're welcome to come get some.
I might just do that before I'm done with school tonight. I'll finish that guy off later. Get to work on the last guy, then I'll see to him.
I have another decent sized Space Marine that I 3D printed. It's used as an art reference largely. And he is properly...
A proper
whatever.
what?
He is printed solid all the way through, so that I don't have any leaking. He's a Primaris figure though. I need to like print one out. Is this visible?
Yeah, here's me using the nippers the way you mentioned earlier.
You see how big this guy is?
Oh yeah, that is pretty exciting.
But it makes it nice and easy to like look at details for references for drawing.
Right. That's a pretty good thing.
What I want to do is like take the Night Lord and come up with a design for one. It would effectively be like me if I was a Night Lord. I mean, I'd never actually be a Night Lord, but
I know what you mean. Okay. there.
There.
Just needs his arm.
Like that. Okay.
That one's just barely short.
Don't break them.
I know. There we go. Back. One of these.
I can just picture like some of the scavengers, like the Night Lords, when they see a Primaris for the first time. It's like, look at this nice, different armor.
Yeah.
Can't wait to get my hands on that.
Yeah. There's my fourth one done. Now I just need to do the last one. Now that he's on the... Looks like there was some optional arms for this. There's an optional arm for that guy.
May have been.
Well, like I said earlier, it just means I have extra parts for kit bashing and whatnot. Just hold this guy's arm in place like that. This one. There, oh no, not quite. I'll get it in properly once the other arm is.
I snapped a couple of those pegs the first time I was putting some of those Primaris ones together as well.
Yeah, so it's not just a me.
No, it's not.
Well, I'll go get the super glue, which works out because this guy needs to go on his base. This guy hammer needs to go back on. And this guy needs his arms and head. It works out. And he needs to be painted to his glued to his base. So it works out.
My favorite super glue, but you can have two.
Well, but I wish it, actually before I come up, I'm gonna see if I have my modeling papers on hand. Found my my first measuring tape. So if you need any extra measuring tape, then there you go.
Got that flash drive that had the resin on it. Alcohol. When in doubt. Isopropyl alcohol, when in doubt.
For sure.
Because I need to clean the resin off of that flash drive.
Okay, I'm definitely coming up now. I'm on my way.
Okay. I got multiple ones. All right. This is not your usual drawing stream. tearing it. Anyway. Close the knife. Gently put it back on the desk. Grab the paper towels.
Do you need that bottle? Do you need that bottle?
This one?
Yes.
You want to take the top if you want. I'm using the bottom.
Here you go.
Oh, you just want the cap?
Oh, you said I could take the top if I. Oh, I
The
see.
whole top.
Oh, the whole top. Got it.
Yeah, I just need this for dipping that flash drive in. Just some alcohol. Let's get that resin off. Man, I'm after you name this stream later. Drawing and resin cleanup stream. Okay, first things first, I'm just going to take some Q-tips to this to get any like globby resin off that I can. I'm honestly tempted just to throw this away. The problem is I don't know what's on it. If it's the one I'm thinking it is, it should be okay. Paper towel. The resin mostly got on the bottom as far as I can tell, but resin seeps into stuff. Okay. And dip. Alcohol also seeps into stuff, so I gotta be careful.
And I have returned to my.
You can keep that tube of super glue.
Oh, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Or I use it just to make sure. Yeah, I probably should keep that. Okay. I've got this. Oh, wrong way. Gorillas.
Cool. Oh yeah, the type of super glue. Got it.
Oh, a little more than I was trying to get.
Hey Google, is resin electrically conductive?
On the website circuitsgallery.com, they say, most resins are electrically non-conductive.
That's good, at least.
Whoa,
Oh.
whoa, whoa, stop.
Did you hear the Google respond?
I did, yes.
Most resins are not conductive.
Just,
It doesn't look like any more resin is coming off of this flash drive.
that's good. While this super glue is spewing out, I might as well that. Put this guy's head on top. Need to hold this guy for now.
I
So
don't know,
it
got some other
dries.
things all up. Something put down there. This doesn't work. There. And with that, I think I am finally ready to return.
To the piece of art. Oh,
Maybe. Alcohol still seeping out of the flash drive.
eye on that guy's arm.
Sometimes the resin, just like handling it, makes me wish that I'd gone for a filament printer.
Yeah. I think getting a filament printer is definitely something worth doing down the road.
I mean, the models would not have been anywhere near as nice, so there is that.
Yeah.
Alright, one last thing. I need to go dump this alcohol. Thankfully I didn't waste too much of it.
Oh. Just hold it like this. Just hold it till it finishes gluing. Are these glues enough for me to put a thicker layer on it? Come on. Work with me. So maybe I can do it like this. One big glob.
Well, I had been hoping to finish this piece tonight, but I don't think that's going to happen now.
Yeah, that is unfortunate.
I will put a few more lines on it. That said, it's been a kind of eventful stream. I'm going to rename it to Drawing and Resin Cleanup. Is that super glue working okay for you?
It's definitely working on the other ones, but for this hammer piece, it's kind of fighting.
Yeah, I've had some similar experience with that Gorilla stuff as well. You might have to find a way to prop it in place and let time just kind of take it from you.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do. Ah, just get this here. Maybe that'll help. Okay. Oh, oh.
your fingers together or something just now?
Nearly.
Just heard some interesting sounds all of a sudden. I was like,
Yeah. The major crisis was averted, but that's what almost happened if I didn't take immediate action.
sudden and even immediate death. I don't remember what that full line is, but do you remember where that quote was from?
Yes, I do.
It's Robin Hood, I want you in.
There, last one from the order done. 4 helmeted and 1 non-helmeted. Though, realized too late I could have made it helmeted, but like I said, it's okay. Just adds to the diversity.
Well, Hollow was saying you need to have like a leader unit anyways.
Well, he was different enough to come across as a leader.
I was gonna say he'll definitely be different enough now. If you wanted to make that one your leader.
Yeah, he just screams a leader when you look at him.
I'm gonna finish this belt and then I think I'm gonna call it.
I think I may need to use a combination of tape and super. Oh yeah, got the backpack. Done. I'll do this guy's other arm and get this guy on his base. Arm. Not long enough for it to hold itself up. There. Before I put that guy on his base here, I'm gonna put this guy on his base. Gear for the Iron Knight.
Oh! I forget, is that one we printed or is that one you already had?
That's one I already had. He was from the short-lived Dungeon Dice Monsters game.
Got it.
Yeah, he broke off his base, so I'm putting him back on.
Well, he'd definitely make a fun role-playing night.
Yeah.
Alright, I think this is gonna be where I stop for tonight.
Move this guy off to the side here. I'll definitely have to reattach this guy's hammer off stream. There's just no way I'm gonna get it on the stream.
Well, I think we'll have to do a part 2 of tonight's stream where I can make more progress.
Yeah, I think in part 2 I'll paint these guys up.
That sounds good. Alright, well, thank you very much to anyone
I'll
who
just
was...
finish up by gluing this guy to his base.
Sounds good. So thank you to anyone who was able to join us for any amount of time. We are grateful and hope that the little mess with the resin was at least entertaining.
flamer squad.
And you will be on tomorrow streaming, right?
Yes, I will be doing an FGO stream tomorrow. I am hoping I can do a second stream tomorrow. I haven't the foggiest of what I would do for a second stream tomorrow, so just anticipate the one stream, but expect but
The possibility
hope
of
for
more.
Hope for 2 streams, but expect just one.
All right. Well, thank you to everyone watching. Have a good night, and we will see everyone later.
Yes. Good night, everybody.